Welcome to Late Night Love. It's Friday Eve. Happy Thursday to my co-host, Dr. LaWanda Hill. Welcome, Dr. Hill.
Happy Thursday.
It is so good to see you.
It's
How's
good
the week?
to see you, too.
How's the week been to you?
The week's been busy. But it's Friday Eve, as you said.
You look absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your, what is that you gave me?
The almonds. I gave you garlic pepper cracked onions. Cracked almonds with some turkey. Shout out to Dr. Ty. She put me on that.
Well, I tell you, black folk will always find something unique at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Black pepper garlic almonds.
Yeah, it's soaked in all of that good stuff
Okay.
with turkey. Got to roll it up, though. And treat it like a little roll-up.
We gonna get our diabetes some way. I'm telling you.
That's not diabetes. That's actually healthy. It's a healthy snack.
Is it a healthy snack?
It's almonds and turkey.
I don't know. It just seemed like it's got a...
That's the thing. See,
Okay.
healthy is good.
All right,
Healthy
we're
is
here to
good.
discuss black love in all its forms for the next 2 hours. You'll hear interesting points of view from voices on social media and guests live on tonight's show. So we invite you to get on to tonight's conversation. Call us at 310-369-0400. We want to talk to you and talk with you and hear what you think about tonight's conversation. So there's so much happening in our country right now connected to race, diversity, and equality. At Late Night Love, our conversations are focused on relationships and romance. So, Dr. Hill, do you think in 2025 interracial relationships are still taboo?
I don't think they're still taboo, but I do think it's still circumstantial.
Yeah, I think for one person in our country, they're taboo, Dr. Umar Johnson. I know that. I know he...
He's not rocking with it at all, by no means.
He said, black women forever, snow bunnies never. I know that. Do you think with the cultural climate we're in, people are showing a renewed sensitivity towards it?
No.
No?
I think the cultural climate we're in is more polarizing than ever, and I think people are being pulled to their sectors of how they understand the world, which is not necessarily interracial. It's not trying to understand people's shared experience and understand that. So, no, I don't think so at all.
Everybody's going to their little corners and just kind of...
A lot of people are going to their corners. A lot of people are going to be... If they're not in an interracial relationship, I think it's easier to go to your corner.
Do you think interracial relationships should be, people should be exploring that? You think it's a good thing for society? I'm a product of an interracial relationship.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Say more.
My mother's black.
Okay.
My father's white.
Wow.
Growing up, it's a little... I don't know if people put a lot of thought into it for the kids, though.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
But growing up, it's weird being the product of an interracial relationship without a father.
He wasn't present?
He wasn't present.
Okay.
I kind of didn't feel black enough to be black, and then didn't kind of feel white enough to be white.
Mm-hmm.
So there's kind of a weird kind of mixed feeling there.
I think it takes intentionality to raise biracial children,
It
and
does.
I think I feel like to answer that question, maybe we're in a period of time where people are being more intentional.
I think so.
About raising biracial children. I think
With kids, period.
kids in general, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, but biracial or even transracial adoptions and so forth. But I think back in the day, maybe 20, 30 years ago, no, I think it was taboo then. Right now, I would feel comfortable saying we're being more intentional.
Being more intentional.
We're being more intentional.
Yeah. Well, so do you think the administration that we have right now is responsible for everybody going into their own little corners and hiding, or is it just?
I think the administration is just giving people permission. I think anytime you put somebody, a leader up front, they're going to do what they do to bring out the best or worst of people.
So this polarization has always been here?
I think it's there. I think it's dormant. It's like the flu. It's like a cold. It's there until you come into contact with the virus. And you come into contact with it, you find somebody that kind of activates it, and then it comes full-fledged. That's what I think this administration
So we were
is.
never we shall overcome and moving as a society. I thought Obama was kind of
You see, Don knows I don't like absolutes. So I will never say never, and I will never say always.
Okay.
I will say we may have gotten closer, but we were not at a place where we can say this is completely absorbed of society.
Yeah, it feels like there's the story of two Americas here,
It's happening. It's always been present.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two Americas has always been present. This is not new. I think when President Obama in 45, the 45th president, made the commentary was we're a post-racial society. We were never a post-racial society. In fact, 46, 47 showed us that how far away from a post-racial society we truly are.
Sad.
It is sad. It's sad, y'all. It is a sad reality, but a reality nonetheless.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't ignore it, I guess you could say.
You can't.
All right. Interracial marriages are full of important lessons. Check out Jackie's very real share.
Being in an interracial relationship, you have to have the patience of a saint, because essentially you're teaching your partner something they will never experience, which is racism. Have I been in situations with my husband where people have been overtly racist and he said nothing? Yes. Have I been in situations where people have been more subtle with the racism? Yes. But I've had to teach him how to engage with racism and confront it, because he's not conditioned to confront racism, right? Because the world is made for him. He's middle class, he's white, and he's a man, right? Whereas I'm in some ways at a double disadvantage because I'm a woman and I'm black. So I've had to teach him how I live and how I have had to confront things and situations that I don't want to confront, but people bring racism to you down. Had arguments about it, yes, but it's like in any relationship, essentially you're constantly trying to get your partner to understand your point of view, your way of living, right? Which is why sometimes you can get into disagreements with them, because you're like, how do you do this thing? And they're like, how do you do this? And it's because you've lived totally different lives, but you've come together. It's kind of the same thing, but in a very different way. And it does take a lot of patience. And, you just have to trust that they will do the right thing, and yeah, you have to have just a little bit more grace. Grace that I didn't think I had to give, but you learn because they are trying, but they're trying to do something that is just not natural for them. So yes, it is exhausting, but relationships can be exhausting.
I wonder, do you think the interracial relationship is a lot more work than the regular relationship? Because you're dealing with not only the struggles of the male-female dynamic of us trying to get along, but then you got this societal and this cultural and racial nuance that we have to kind of navigate also.
I would say, yeah, and here's why. I was listening to her and I was thinking, there's a concept in psychology called racial identity development. Right? And so basically it's how you learn to understand who you are as a person, as a race, and how you perceive the world. And I think people who have done more work in their racial identity is not that hard, because they understand that we both are experiencing the world differently. People who have maybe not have done as much work in racial identity development, it's going to be more challenging, to her point, and be more exhausting because you don't understand. So everything is new and novel. So I say that to say, yes, it could be more challenging, and I think it's more challenging, especially if you don't understand your racial identity and how you're experiencing the world differently and similarly to your partner.
And then also, I guess, understand, and I guess and that works for both races, I guess, too, right? Because
you'd be hard-pressed to find a minority person that doesn't understand everybody else's perspective. I think that's not like a two-way street. I think that when you are a minority, whether that be, race, gender, disability, or ability status, nationality, you understand that the world is not catered to you. So you have a keen-eyed view of how everybody else experiencing the world. When the world is catered to you, it's more challenging. So I don't always believe that that's two-way street.
So you think it'd be a black person trying to understand a white person's world that's easy?
That's not as challenging because the world is catered to that. That's what we live in. That's what we live, breathe, eat, sleep. That's not hard to do. Now, on the opposite end, a white person trying to understand a black person, a queer person, a person who's differently abled's point of view, that's more challenging. The world's not catered to us, so you have to work harder.
Yeah, I get that. It's very interesting though. How do you think they would navigate that? How would interracial couples navigate that dynamic? I mean, she just said I have to have a lot more grace.
See, and that's where I'm like, I'm not coming with, first of all, if I'm going to be in an interracial relationship, you have to have done some kind of work. It's the same thing we've been talking about every night, like emotional maturity, what are your boundaries, what are you looking for, what are your standards? To me, that's the same when it comes to interracial dating. How much work have you done? How much do you understand my plight? How much do you understand systemic barriers, racism, sexism, how much do you understand that? And that will determine if I'm willing to engage.
Yeah, and people get into these interracial relationships for different reasons too. Some people just want to get accepted by the white community because they feel like, as some people say, the white man ice is colder.
Yeah, they want to be white aligned.
And they want to be well aligned. And then some of it's kind of like love at the same time,
Yeah,
too.
I think some of it is love. I've seen both instances, I think. I've heard enough stories where it's like, I have clients who are in interracial relationships. So it's not atypical. And I serve mostly high-performing, high-achieving Black women. So they are not trying to be aligned. If they're drawn to me, they're not. And then I think that there are some people that I've just seen in life who, they want mixed babies. They want, to be accepted. And so I think that there's a variety of different reasons why.
Why do high-achieving Black women like to go after the white guy? Like Kamala Harris?
Do they go after? See, that's what I'm saying.
Kamala
Here
Harris
goes Don's bias, y'all.
Ketanji Brown.
Here goes Don's bias. Did they go after them or did those men see them Black women?
I don't know.
See, here's the thing. I don't believe I don't think that Ketanji and Kamala, because they've dated different. Well, at least I know Kamala has dated different. Go after these men. When Black women are with white men, it's always, did they go after them or did the white men see them? That's the question.
Okay.
We'll dive a little bit more into that. But did they go after them or did the white men see them?
Like Clarence Thomas, I know he went after the white woman. I know that for a fact. I'm.
Y'all, I have.
But Kamala, though, I'm just,
Kamala, we could dive into that. I have my thoughts about that.
But it's just, and it's weird though, because she was with Montel, and I was like,
that's what I'm saying. So there's this saying that says, and this may be controversial, but this is real. Jan Barker Alexandra, shout out to you.
Okay.
Where she says, when you see a Black man with a white woman, then most Black women are going to side eye. But when you see a Black woman with a white man, you say, "Girl, I know you tried.
ooh.
I know you tried."
I feel like we lost one. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that if Black women historically are more loyal, so when they are dating outside of their race, it's like, I know you tried. I know that wasn't your first.
I feel like when we see the Black woman with the white man, and then we see the fine Black sister with the lesbian, I feel like, man, we
see that that's another level.
We losing all. I'm like,
you ain't losing. You ain't lost no Black woman to a lesbian. She was already over there. Trust me.
I'm just. We just
trust me.
We just taking hits left and right. No matter the race, relationships are about growing together. Check out this quick share from Cindy Simber.
So the third question that was listed was, wouldn't it just be easier if you dated your own race? If you have cultural differences, then it could provide complications. Sure.
Yeah, and I mean that could be a concern for sure, but I don't think that it should be a hindrance as to why you don't get with somebody, because I think there's, at least for us, we've been able to communicate about things in my culture from his family, and I might not understand it, he may not understand it, but we grow together and we learn together. So
regardless of even if you're dating somebody who looks the same as you, there's going to be differences in your family. Saying that it's only just piled up onto what you look like, I think is kind of a cop-out.
Now, she seemed a little whitewashed. She didn't seem a little.
What's whitewashed to you?
They don't seem like my sister. You know what I'm saying?
We talk about racial identity development. Maybe she identifies culturally, not so much with the culture.
I'm starting to see a lot more younger people that don't seem to identify more as with the culture.
And there's a lot of different reasons for that. Like now, as a woman, I'll say I'm very much so identified with the culture, grew up in the culture. I tell people I'm black. But I also understand that people grow up in different contexts, different environments, and their exposure to Blackness in the culture is different. So I think that's what that plays a role in their attraction.
I feel like a lot of parents from these kids that we're seeing that are now becoming adults were doing very well. Mm-hmm. And that they kind of, like, these are suburb kids.
Think about Bronny. You see Bronny, before Bronny got in the league, go back to his junior prom. Go back to, Bryce's prom. Go back to, Carmelo's Kyron.
Yeah.
Like, when you at a certain class, which is money and, exposure and resources, who your kids exposed to? So are all of them exposed to Black folks in abundance? Or are you at the top of your class and so you don't have as much exposure there? You know what I'm saying? So I think that I understand that more when I feel like it's a class issue playing a role.
Instead of just, is that a good thing? I mean, because I think at heart, I think the family structure is trying to do better for the family.
They have done better for the family.
Right,
Yeah.
and so they're trying to move their family into probably a better neighborhood,
Yeah.
maybe more of a white neighborhood, maybe a suburban neighborhood, a safer neighborhood.
I would say suburbs, and it happens to be more white,
yeah.
there.
And so there may not be more black people there.
Therefore, you exposed to what you're exposed to, and the chances of you dating outside your race are higher because it's a numbers game at that point.
I mean, I guess that's not a good thing or a bad thing. That's
Depends.
It just is what it is.
I think in some instances, I think it could be all three, honestly.
All right. Later on tonight on Late Night Love, hip hop vet MC Serch of Third Base joins us. We'll meet you right here after the break.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Late Night Love. Listen, we want you in on this conversation. Click the Zoom link on the Late Night Love YouTube channel or drop a comment in the chat and tell us what you think. We'll read the comment and shout you out during tonight's show. We've got to add some numbers to the conversation. Dr. Hill, did you know, according to the 2020 census, people who reported being multiracial increased from 9 million in 2010 to 33.8 million in 2020. It's clear people are still falling in love, and this is a nationwide thing. But why do you think people still struggle with acceptance?
Oh, that's so loaded. Like, we still struggle with acceptance. Not everybody struggles with acceptance. I will say that. Why do some people still struggle with acceptance? Because I think how we were raised and our core values and what we believe is right and wrong is still very much so embedded. So I think we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I think in major urban areas of this country, it's not a thing for interracial couples to happen. But when you start getting into rural or Midwest or down South America, then you get into this weird kind of like people kind of stick to their own type situation. I remember the first time I left Los Angeles, I went to go do radio in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I grew up in L.A. and I didn't really realize that it was segregated.
What part of L.A.?
All over L.A. I mean, I lived over in Adams. I lived in Santa Monica. I lived 110th Imperial Highway. You know, but for me, I lived kind of always where black people were at. Yeah. So to me, L.A. was black. I didn't really understand that I was in the middle of a small piece of a pie. You know, but when I went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, the black people had the north side of the town, and the white people had the south side of the town, and there was this mixture in between.
They don't cross sides.
And they don't really cross sides. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah. And what I didn't really understand is that everything around this country was kind of like
polarized in that way or segregated in
The
that
only
way.
place that I ever experienced that everything was a mixture of everything is when I went up to San Francisco and Berkeley. It was so amazing to see everything kind of like, everybody was like, they love each other, and everybody's mixture. I was like, wow.
Do they love each other? I lived in the Bay for 3 years. The Bay is diverse, and I
Very.
do think that the Bay will cross-pollinate
Yes,
a lot.
a lot.
My students were introduced, when I was at University of San Francisco, I always did this identity thing, like where I would have my students introduce themselves because I was teaching multicultural. So I was talking about race and gender and sexuality and all the things. So I would have them introduce themselves based on their identity, and they'd always be mixed with 2-3 things. So the Bay is, diverse in that regard and multiracial and very much so cross-pollinating, but
Yeah, you see like a old Vietnamese lady with a black kid, a black grandkid.
It would be some of the most random, y'all. The most random.
It's like beautiful
mixes.
though. You're right.
Yes, I would say it was beautiful in the sense that they didn't allow their racial, ethnic identity to stand in the way of them, like meeting and falling in love.
Yeah, I would love America to be like that, or the whole country to be like that.
I would. In what way though?
Well, because there isn't this lack of I'm looking at your skin color or your race. I'm just
But that
looking
matters.
at you.
It is a piece of that. That's color blindness, Don. Like when I'm looking at you, I can't take away your skin color and who you are.
Well, I don't think they're taking it away. I think they're still
seeing beyond it.
Seeing beyond it.
Okay.
Like I'm not like not looking at like your culture or anything like that.
Okay,
I'm absorbing it.
Okay.
And adding it
and
to
it's
mine.
not standing in the way.
And it's not standing in the way.
That's
It's like I'm not. It was just like now I'm black and Vietnamese.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what's her name? Karuchi. No,
Yeah.
she's Vietnamese and black.
Yeah.
Karuchi, all of what's Zendaya. These are all mixtures of people seeing beyond racial identity.
Do you think that interracial couples are tolerated more now instead of accepted?
Depending on the geographical location. I think that if you look at maybe the West Coast, maybe the East Coast, maybe even the Midwest, yeah, maybe so. I think we tend to be more open, though our racism and biases are a little bit more insidious. The South is probably maybe still a struggle. That would be my automatic thought.
Yeah, I remember I was in this place called Wichita Falls, Texas. A little bit
Where is
only,
it? Wichita Falls?
2 hours north of Dallas.
Okay.
Kind of small town. I was working at a radio station, and I went to go get my tires fixed. A couple places outside of town, kind of in industrial area, and they were listening to rap music at this, this little tire motor place, right? And I'm just ear hustling off these guys listening to
You
rap
listen
music.
to their conversations?
Yeah, and they're like, he's like, what is that? He's like, oh yeah, that's that old coon music. I'm like, oh, let me get the hell out of here.
Oh, not cool music.
Yeah,
See?
I was like, oh God, I was like, I said, what are you? First of all, they listening to it. But that shocked me because it was the first time.
I'm not shocked because that is still the deeply embedded, segregated, racial, stereotypical views of the South.
But this was in my early 20s. It was the first time. I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles.
I bet you can still find that.
Absolutely.
I bet you can still find that.
But I grew up in L.A., so the racial thing here was like I didn't really I saw it, but I really didn't.
It wasn't flagrant.
But not very flagrant.
It wasn't in your face like it is in the South.
No, I mean we had I went through the riots with Rodney King and but it really wasn't like.
And see, I grew up in the South, so it was always flagrant.
Yeah.
So coming from the South to the West Coast was just like, oh wow, y'all just do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's a little bit hidden.
It's a little bit,
and it's a little bit more class system here, sort of kind of.
I would give that.
Social work guru shares a hot take with some good advice peppered in. Listen up.
When we are dating outside of our race, no matter what race it is, when you are dating outside of your race, and let's just give for context, if you are black dating someone else, let's just say white. You are black dating someone white, and your feeling already towards the world is, I cannot show up as my authentic self, right? You can't show up as your authentic self. You can't be goofy, silly, loud, angry. You cannot. You're saying that you cannot. And you're in a relationship where you feel the exact same way.
Girl, you need to get out
That's
of there.
not safe. That's not safe. I'm really encouraging people who are interracial dating. I have dipped my toe in other races before, so I understand. But you have to have an understanding of the base being built on the foundation of love, and also active listening to understand, not listening to argue. What happens is we get into these spaces feeling as though you are being heard and you're not being heard or seen. This can cause frustration, built up anger, resentment, and sometimes loneliness within a relationship. Does that make sense? I'm coming from a place of really truly wanting people to be in healthy relationships. But in order to be in healthy relationships, two people have to be willing to hear the root issues as to why you're showing up the way you are in your relationship.
We were just talking about that. You said you got to be intentional about doing the work if you're going to be in an interracial relationship to really understand, I guess, where the minority person in the relationship is coming from, and really have some understanding or willingness to learn.
Yeah, there you go.
And really understand that. Do you think most people will understand that? Or
when I'm
do that
listening
work?
to her clip, I'm like, girl, run. That's not it. That is not it. Like when she said you feel lonely, you feel unsafe, like you basically have ran into someone who doesn't see you. You know, and I think that you run into someone who doesn't see you, and it's an interracial relationship, and you understand that this country is built on racism. It's built on racism. And you have a person who's not willing to see that, and you are agreeing. And so now I'm debating my identity. I'm debating my humanity.
You know, it's funny when you look at the administration and you look at them just gloss over like the DEI and a lot of this stuff.
Gloss over, intentionally attack.
And intentionally attack and act like we're in this post-racist or racial world. It's kind of like what we're talking about here with the interracial couples. Like they just don't they're not taking the time to really understand the black plight or the minority plight or the BIPOC plight.
Yeah, I think it's different from the administration. I think the administration is intentionally, they understand that we're not post-racial. I think they want to take us back. I think in this particular interracial relationship, it's more about like, I don't know your plight, I don't know your experience, and so my natural inclination is to be a little bit defensive. Right? Because she was getting like, you don't see them, you can't be yourself. So it's like, I'm trying to be myself, but it's not welcome. It's not accepted.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And so to me, it's just like, look, going back to their racial identity development, they're not ready. They're not ready for you and your experience.
Do you think that most people, when it comes to interracial dating, that they really want to understand, or do you think that it's kind of like a fantasy?
I don't think people always know what they're entering into. And here's what the beauty of it, though. Like, I think what is initially, people are drawn to attraction. Mm-hmm. I'm attracted to you, your energy, your personality, your physique, your look. And then I think it's like, oh my God, I'm really feeling you. Oh, wow, racial identity. Oh, damn, two different worlds. I think then you start to understand the magnitude of it. So I don't think that people from attraction, you're not thinking about all of that. I think when they get in it, then they realize it's a little bit bigger.
Is the attraction kind of like, oh my God, this is taboo? Not taboo, but sort of kind of like?
It could be. Like, I think that there could be some, what they would say exotic. There's some exoticism in it, right? I think that there's novelty. Right? If we want to give it a better word, I think the novelty of it may be exciting, but you may not understand how tall the order is.
Yeah, especially if maybe this may be their first entrance into something outside of what they previously have dated.
Especially if you're like, ooh, this is different. This is packaged differently, and I'm interested in this different package. Then it's like, let me open up the bag. What comes in this package? That's how I feel like it genuinely is. Now, there's some people who are into fetishes. So they're like, I want you just because you have a different package, and that's another story. But I do think it's sometimes like, oh, this bag looks cute. Oh, it look good. Let me open it up. What's in it?
Yeah, I think that the passion that black women have, some white men are attracted to.
Yeah, the
feistiness.
Yeah.
I think they like that, but then I think they end up hating that too.
Ooh, that's a strong word, Don.
Well,
you think they hate it?
Well, I think what happens is that it seems cute for a little bit,
or the gravity that it takes them to. I think the same thing that makes us attractive can also be a challenge. I think that's fair.
Yeah, and
for some people.
Yeah, and that they feel like they want to try to see if they can tame it.
Ooh, see, now tame. That, I'm having a strong reaction to tame. Because tame feels like I want to, subdue you versus I want to experience this, natural, wild. That is fundamentally problematic. If you meet exotic black woman who you like, ooh, I like this package. I like this wildness. Let me run in the wild. That's great. But if you meet a black woman and you're like, ooh, I want to tame this, you in it for the wrong reason.
Or maybe they just want to feel like they like they like to be beat up on, or they like to.
Wait, so you saying beat up on? Black women are beating up on these?
Well, no, maybe they want all that energy. They want that.
They want some ferociousness.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not beat up on though. You got to be careful with your words, Don.
All right.
Because, we already get the angry black woman thing. So you can't be saying words like beat up on and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Give me another word for that.
Let's see here. They want to be tormented with love. Tormented with love.
Tormented still has a negative connotation. Give me another word.
No,
Give me
I think they
lost.
What it is a very. We are very passionate people when we speak, when we talk.
Expressiveness, yeah.
When we express ourselves, and I think some men may like that level of excitement to them, and so they may want more of that.
And that's fine, so long as you're not trying to subdue it. Tame it, put that fire out.
I think some men may want them to, I think some men may like that, may want to turn it into a fetish.
Yeah, I think that's definitely out there.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
I think some men may want to they may want the black women to kind of punish them a little bit. Listen. There's a lot going on when it comes to black men, white men dating black women.
Okay, but what about the white men? Let me go on the other side because I know not a lot, but I know a good solid amount of black women who are in healthy, solid relationships, interracial, whereas white men or any other race who they genuinely love them. What about the ones that don't fetishize them?
White men are not a monolith also. I do want to say that. There's also different types of white men that you come in contact with. So you have white men who grow up in black culture who love black women. They love everything about them. They can identify with them. They really understand where a black woman is coming from. And those type of white men can really understand, love, and appreciate
those are
a black
who
woman.
Really understand the culture.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Alexis?
Serena
Williams' husband. Alexis strikes me as a man, and here's the thing, I'm going to root for Alexis because I feel like Alexis doesn't give me the sense that he's grown up, deeply embedded in black culture, understand all of those things, but I feel like he really loves Serena.
I think he does, and I think he's an individual who's probably being very intentional with his understanding. He's also got all that Reddit money that he has.
Money ain't got nothing to do with it. I feel like, so this is to me, Alexis is a classic example of what we talked about earlier. I met you, I'm drawn to you, you're magnetic, and now I'm going to have to understand the rest of the culture.
That's another one we lost.
We didn't.
I blame Drake on that one. All right. Listen, right after the break, MC Serch joins us for more Late Night Love. See you in 2 minutes.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. Listen, Are you going to interracial relationship and have built a beautiful life together? Call us and share your story. 310-369-0400. We're talking about interracial relationships tonight. We'd love to hear your story and the good, the bad,
the challenges,
how you make it work, and some tips that you can offer us. In the late 80s and early 90s, rap group Third Base made history and helped expand hip hop into the mainstream. One of the first white rappers, Michael MC Serch Berrin, contributed to the group earning gold certification and its undeniable mark on culture. Check this out.
It's just a vibe, right? You know the vibes. It's 3 a.m. and we still outside, right? We outside. We gon' play till the sun come up, cause it's a vibe, right? You know the vibes. You got yours and I got mine, and it's just a vibe, right? You know the vibes. It's just a vibe, right? You know the vibes. Feeling so good, it's understood when we step in the club, it's all love. Bottles being brought in and they sparkling like the 4th of July. Cause it's just a vibe. We outside, happy just to be alive, enjoying every moment of this life. It's on tonight. Yeah, it's on tonight.
All right, MC Serch, welcome to Late Night Love. What's up, black man?
Hey, just trying to live a life, man, one day at a time, one step foot forward, staying out of under 6 feet.
Man, so thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, and you are definitely a legend in music, man, and thank you. So throw us back to the early days of the group. Did you realize what you were doing as one of the first white rappers?
Yeah. Wes Johnson, who was the head of radio at Def Jam, sat me and my partner Pete Nice down and threw 2 magazines in front of us. One was a Billboard and one was an R&R, and said if black folk are going to play a bunch of white boys on black radio and a black artist is going to get bumped out of their black spot for a bunch of white boys, you better know them black boys forward and backwards. So it was very, very clear to me very, very early on that I was early on, I was a participator, not a spectator. And to be a part of that culture, to be a part of a music scene that was going to embrace me and my partner, that we had to have a level of respect above and beyond most other artists. So I studied every program director, every music director, every radio station, everywhere we visited. I knew each one of those program directors forward and backwards. There was no Google. There was no internet. It was the Dewey Decimal System and the New York Public Library. And I studied, and hip hop gave me a life. I would not be able to feed my babies. I would not be able to have the life I have without hip hop.
Yeah, but you're New York to your core, right? So, like,
let's be clear. I'm Far Rock till the breathing stop and the casket drop. You right? Queens get the money.
Right.
Understand that. Be clear.
That culture in itself, like, that had to give you like a level of I got it, right? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, you didn't have to do too much. Like,
He said, nah,
no, that is incorrect. Would you like to go for the daily double where the numbers could really go up?
Are you serious? Like,
I respect that though. Okay, so I'm so intrigued, and so this was way before cultural appropriation was a word, right? So I respect anyone who respects the culture without appropriating the culture. Like anybody who loves hip hop, loves the culture, I'm down with it. And it seems like you understood that long before the woke era or before social media, or like you said, during the Dewey Decimal era where you had to go do your research. So like, to me, I guess I'm asking, you didn't appropriate the culture, but you respected the culture. What was that process like during that time? And like, who was guiding you in that journey?
Nah, it's a great question. So for me, it was osmosis. It's pure and simple. Like every guy I went to high school with, every girl I went to high school, middle school with, they all were bringing back these 4th and 5th generation cassette tapes of block parties. And there was this group that I loved from Brooklyn called the Kango Crew. 3 of them were from Brooklyn, 1 was from the Bronx. And when I went to my first day of music and art high school, I saw that group, the Kango Crew, in my lunchroom. And it was Ricky D, who later became Slick Rick, Dana Dane, Cinderfella Dana Dane, Lance Omega. The guy who was doing the beatbox was a guy named Dougie Fresh, J. Cool from the Fresh 3 MCs, So for me, it was like seeing the biggest stars in the world in my lunchroom then become the biggest stars in the world. Like, I was just talking to my homeboy about this. Like, we didn't realize we were creating culture. We were just some kids bugging out in New York. Like, we would go past St. Mark's Pizza, and there was a guy in like the basement who was a starving artist who was doing like drawings, and his name is Keith Haring. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we'd play handball with Basquiat. Like we did. These were our boys. Like, we weren't like, you know what I mean? Like,
The
this
respect was just part of it because he was around.
It wasn't even respect. It wasn't respect. It was just, we were just some kids bugging out. We're smoking weed, drinking 40s, playing handball. Like, we didn't know we were going to impact culture. Like, when I met Nas, I knew Nas was going to be Nas. Like, I knew that. Like, and that's why I wanted to make sure he was taken care of and made sure, like, when we executive produced Illmatic, he never got hurt, so there was a level of respect there that came later. But when I was coming up in New York, like, it was just us. Like, there was no not appropriation. When I was first in the lunchroom listening to hip hop, even when I wanted to spit my little rhymes, all my boys told me, no, this is black music. You can be a spectator, but not a participator.
Wow. That was it then, though. They were giving it to you. It sounded like the people around you cared for you and took care of you in that way. At least that's what I hear.
I mean, but even in a melting pot like New York, though, like with so many.
Yeah, no. Stop all of that. You're in LA, my guy. You're in LA. Listen, 80s New York was not like that. It wasn't like that. And what it was really about self-identification, neighborhoods really being galvanized by who they were, what they were, and where they were, right? Like, so Far Rockaway, we had the Jewish community, we had the Irish community, we had the Puerto Rican community, we had the Jamaican community, and, we only met at school. Because at the weekend, like, I would go to Hebrew school, or my boys would go here, or we would meet at the handball court or the basketball court. So that's where, like, we would congregate, right? Or we go to, we were lucky because we were in Far Rockaway, so we had the beach and we had the boardwalk, so we had the baddies. So we knew where to go to meet girls, what I'm saying? Yeah, all of that. So for me, it was really about just congregation. Like, whether it was in Judaism or whether it was in school, it was all about my congregation and the people around me and what they were really getting into. So breakdancing, graffiti, this music coming out of the Bronx, that we were getting these 4th and 5th generation cassette tapes. And, that became a big part of, like, our education, not only about just who we identified as human beings, but how we identified as New Yorkers. Because, outside of New York, that bubble didn't exist. It was literally like, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and then something else.
Yeah.
And my boys went down south, because a lot of my boys have family in North Carolina, South Carolina. But when they went down south, it was like they were off the map. Like, I didn't even know where they went. So it became very, weird. Like, for me, like, leaving New York was going to Canada to see my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we drove. Like, I didn't get on a plane until I was 21. You said something about identification as culture, right? Like, you were talking about that a while ago about, like, I remember my mother, may she rest in peace, would sit in our the one or a few times that she would allow people in the living room, because she had the furniture with the covers and all of that. Yeah, that part. So my mother would dress me up as a waiter, like when I was 7, 8 years old, and she would have all these people over. And I later, through pictures, realized that those people were like Richie Havens, Bella Abzug, who was the president of Queens, Ed Koch. Like, she had all these people, and I'll never forget this. Like, I was 8 years old, and they were talking about, it was 70, 75, 76. So they just allowed they just passed a law to allow interracial marriage to be legal in the United States in 74. And my mother and these people were having a conversation. This one woman said, "Well, I don't see color." And my mother said, "I do. Richie's black. He's Puerto Rican. She's Polish. He's white. But I don't just judge them by that. I judge them by their heart." So that always stuck with me. So I never really had a problem with white people until I saw racism, like, affecting my friends, affecting and affecting me. So that automatically was like, okay, there's something wrong here systematically. Systemically, I need to really be more conscious of that.
Yeah.
And
Like
it was,
intentionality.
and for me personally, it was a turnoff. It was a huge. I knew in third grade I was never going to kiss a white woman except my mother. Like I just knew that. Like that was just a fact. I was not going to bring white babies into this world. Period.
What was it about white women that you didn't kind of vibe with?
In third grade.
Yeah, right. Of all
Yeah,
things.
Vanessa Williams sat next to me in third grade. She was, oh my goodness, she was
He was
incredible.
like, we was with the sauce.
Yo,
We
no,
had access
yeah,
to the
no,
sauce.
no,
That's what
it
it
was
was.
no, it was no. So I'll tell you what it was for me. I don't think I've ever said this. So for me, I would every day. So I wanted to be a rabbi. Originally, I wanted to be a rabbi. And the reason I wanted to be a rabbi, the reason I wanted to be a rabbi. No, this is funny as hell. The reason I wanted to be a rabbi was I saw a magazine. I was like 13 years old. I saw a magazine in my rabbi's office, and it was a magazine about world Judaism, right? And it talked about the Jewish Cuban community in Cuba, Cubanos and Jubanos, and that's what they call them. And it was this beautiful picture of these candlelight, this Cuban family lighting Shabbos candles, 2 candles, the mother, and it was like a 19-year-old, 17-year-old, 16, and they were baddies, just. And I was like, yep, I want to go to Cuba. I'm marrying one of them Jubanos, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have all, and they're gonna drop me there. And the Chabad, they talked about Chabad and how they couldn't have Jews and rabbis because of dictatorship. So they dropped people in for the high holy days. I was like, yep, drop me in there, keep me there. I end the conversation. And my rabbi saw me playing ball with my friends. I just told Marlon Wayans this story too. He saw me playing ball with my friends, and the next day in Hebrew school, he was like, Michael, I had such high hopes for you. Why do you want to be a Schwarzer?
Oh, no.
Which is the N-word in Yiddish.
Yes.
And I wowed out. I cleared his desk. I stood on him. I threatened him. And that was it for Judaism for me, because we were taught that we were the chosen. We were supposed to lead. So how can we lead with hatred?
Yeah.
How can we lead with prejudice? And Marlon Wayans said, but that's why you should have been a rabbi. And I was like, yeah, but I was 16 years old. I couldn't even decipher what just happened, except that was racism. That was the same thing my friends were being affected by. That was the same thing that we were dealing with Reaganomics in the Bronx. That was the same thing that we were dealing with economic disparity during the 80s in New York. So it's like, that was really a big turning point for me. And that was that. Yeah. So that was the critical, for me, it was critical, but it already cemented how it felt in third grade about Vanessa Williams. Like that already cemented it for me.
Wow.
You sound like you was always attracted to the culture. You was attracted to the sauce, and then you had this, like, you was very empathetic. I really always am gravitated towards, or moved by, I should say. I'm moved by kids who have these experiences, because that is like without a lot of conditioning. That's just like what we would call out of the mouths of babes. Like, you still are a babe, and you have enough wherewithal to be like, this is not right, this is not it, I'm attracted to that, without any people forcing their opinion on you. So it just sounds like it was just a natural attraction and a natural understanding, despite your age, of what's right and wrong, and being moved towards it.
Yeah, and also, it was also because a lot of my friends, went from being, Gregory and Thomas to mathematics, be ourself, Lord Duquan, and I would ask all these questions about, like, why are you changing your name? What is the mathematics? What is today's science? And they would be like, why you keep searching for the answer? Like, why? Here comes Serch again. Here comes Serch again. So that's how I got my name.
And a natural interest and intrigue. I like that. That curiosity.
It must have been amazing to grow up in New York during the time you grew up in New York. I mean, just looking back on it now, getting to see a lot of the people that you grew up with, and then New York during that period of time. It's it's got to be an amazing memories to have.
Yeah, it was really an incredible time, and my friend said it really well. Like, we were just some kids bugging out. Like, I didn't know that KRS was going to be KRS. Like, I didn't know Public Enemy was going to be Public Enemy. I didn't know Run DMC was going to be Run DMC. Like, for us, they were like, yeah, I mean, but we were writing it as we were, kind of happening. Right. And you said something really interesting. You said that you blame Drake for Serena.
Yeah.
I blame Common.
Common.
I blame that part.
Common.
Like Common messed up the bag for y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let's be
Yeah.
real. Like, Common should have bagged that. Like, he had that on bag. And he fumbled the bag. Like, Common fumbled the bag on Serena.
I don't
passed
think
it
I don't,
off.
I don't
Because
think
if you
Common.
think about it, like, brother, if you think about it, Common is Common, and then Drake is kind of Jew-ish.
Yeah.
And then she went from Jew-ish to just Jew. So, like, Common really messed up the bag for y'all personally. Like,
Yeah, she
this is my perspective.
Yeah. We're talking about interracial dating tonight. You obviously you support it, right? What do you think?
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Why do you think there's a new conversation connected to race in 2025?
Or is it
Because of Project
Oh, yeah,
2025.
Yeah.
Listen, we haven't stopped. We're literally in the midst of it. We have one of the most intelligent women. I'm trying to live into, I really am. Like, I'm 58, right? So I'm trying to move into a space where I'm not trying to, like, label anymore. And I understand for the sake of this conversation, labeling is critical, right? But at this point in my life, like, I'm just seeing the human condition being deteriorated by depravity, by addiction, and this is all in the Oval Office. I'm not even talking about fentanyl.
Yeah.
I'm talking about depravity. I'm talking about addiction. I'm talking about dereliction of duty. I'm talking about a democratic dictatorship. I'm talking about a concentration camp in my backyard. I'm talking about, like, the separation of families, the misinformation that's being disseminated to poor white folk to make them think that anything other than white is the enemy, and that is being perpetrated by our current president. We had one of the most intelligent women who ever graced a stage to be president tell us, yo, just read Project 2025. Just read it. And we used to have this old, like, corny joke back in the day. If you wanted to hide something from black people, put it in a book.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you want to hide anything from anyone, put it in a book. Like, no one's reading. Like, we're all just moving around blindly. And when I say all, I don't mean, obviously, that's a sweeping generalization, right? But, like, I have very intelligent friends who didn't read Project 2025 before the election. I'm going to tell you something really scary. I have a homeboy of mine, brother, grew up with his mom, single parent, his mother, his aunts, 8 of them, and his nieces. No men around him. So election's coming up. I'm figuring this a no-brainer. He's voting for Kamala. Like, this is a no-brainer. So I'm having this conversation, and he tells me that he loves his mother, he loves his aunts, that he was raised by all these people. He didn't have a relationship with his father till late in his life. Very similar to you, brother, like, you didn't have a relationship with your father. He didn't have a relationship with his. And I said, so this is obvious. And he said, yeah, I'm voting for Trump because, the women in my life, they're way too sensitive to be near the button. And I'm like, are you high right now? Like, what are you smoking?
What is that about?
And can you pass that? Because that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Like, this is not, I was fortunate enough to work on the Clinton campaign. And I'll never forget, we went into the 4th district in Detroit, which is the largest voting block, Democratic voting block in Michigan. And we were doing groundwork. And shout out to my man, Cedric Louis and Hands Up Management. We were in the barbershop salons, and they all said the same thing. They were like, yo, I ain't voting for him, but I ain't voting for that chick neither. Like, I ain't voting that whole hot sauce, but not. And we're trying to explain to them, like, all of this, right? So then the whole grab them by the thing happened. I'll just finish this and I'll shut up. They grab them by the thing happened. And then the next day I see the Iowa caucus and a woman said he can grab me by my thing anytime he wants. This is the ignorance that he perpetuated on the culture. And I turn that around to this conversation because I think there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to interracial dating. One of them being that, oh, it's just curiosity. Or, oh, it's just, it's the spicy or the fetish. And I respect both of your perspectives. My perspective is really simple. I wanted to date a black woman, a woman of color, because I was not going to bring white children into this world. I personally believed when I met my partner, who I've been with for 38 years, that our answer to racism, systemic racism, our answer to intellectually enhancing the lives of multicultural people is through bringing people that look like each other into this world. I even told Minister Farrakhan, if my son joined the nation and had to denounce his father, I'd be proud of it, because that's the kind of human being I wanted to raise, a man who is better than me, a man who understood the world better than I did. And now I'm looking at the world and I'm like, it didn't even matter. It doesn't even matter today what we brought into the world, because hate wins. And we got to bring love first.
You represent a very, like, you are one of many very approaches to interracial dating. I think I would go ahead and pull a little bit of my depth here and say, as a licensed psychologist, I think you're very conscious. And so I think
intentional.
Intentional,
very intentional.
as I said. So your approach to interracial dating is along that spectrum. So I don't always feel like it's ignorant in the sense that it's fetish or curiosity or spicy. I think those are three categories, but you bring a level of intentionality and depth to the conversation, and that was your approach to interracial dating. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I think that even before 2025, long ago, 38 years, you say you've been married to your wife. Before that was popular, before that was, I would even say, completely safe, or less taboo, you still brought a level of intentionality and a level of depth and a level of awareness that I don't think you realize fully, but I can see it very clearly.
Let me ask you, what advice would you give to someone who's kind of concerned about acceptance with interracial dating or their relationship? Maybe they're in the Midwest, because I think that's probably where they're going to probably have maybe a little bit more eyeballs
and not as aware as you. Like, move outside of you, move to your, people who you feel have been influenced, who may be not as aware, not as open. Like, outside of you, give me a middle ground perspective of that, to Don's question.
No, it's a great question, because very similar. I moved around to do radio. I was the first non-African American to ever host a morning show at WJLB. The only person before me who was on
Detroit,
JLB
right?
was Casey Kasem in the afternoons in 1952, and Electrifying Mojo did weekends. So I was the first non-African American host at easily one of the blackest cities in America, JLB, Detroit.
Yeah.
What up, though? By the way, 7 miles, 6 miles, stand up.
Shout out
So
to
when
Jamel
I
Hill.
was in, so when I was there, and it's funny because when you were talking about your biracial background, that you weren't black enough for the blacks and white, I thought I was going to be, oh, he's from Detroit. Because when my kids went to Detroit, that's exactly what they experienced. They were ostracized by the black community for being mixed, and they weren't white enough for the whites. I'm having the best time of my life because I'm hanging out with, M, and I'm hanging out with Proof, may rest in peace, and I'm running the streets, and I'm having the best time. I got the #1 morning show in Detroit. They're showing me all this love, and my family's miserable because they couldn't find a home that I took them from. And I mean, I literally took them from their home, and so I can say, as an outsider, like, I remember being in Detroit, being treated very, very white, being told, like, I remember I did a photo with the Detroit Free Press at Joe Lewis's Fist. So I did the Fist. And Dodie Johnson, who was the head of PR, I walked into the meeting, and Dodie Johnson, who was the head of PR for JLB, was fuming. How dare he disrespect Joe Lewis by putting his fist up with her. And I'm like, yo, like, what did I walk into? Like, am I walking into like a Twilight Zone episode? Well, all of a sudden I'm like the misunderstood minority here. So that Thanksgiving, I brought #7 Mosque together. I brought the third largest Jewish congregation in the United States, Shari Zedek, together. And I brought Greater Grace Church, one of the largest churches in America. And we gave away 1,000 turkeys together as a community. I was like, yo, maybe this will work. Like, maybe if I bring in the largest mosque, Malcolm's Mosque, I bring in this rabbi, I bring in this, maybe we could come together and do something. Did it. Kobo. We did Hip Hop Summit with Russell, 15,000 kids, all together talking about music, talking about self-identification, financial freedom. So I was really trying to like pull these gears together from what I grew up with and what I learned in New York. And what I was met with was, oh, he trying to be the white boy saving the black folk.
Woo.
Oh, he trying to be the white boy. He trying to be the savior. He trying to be the white savior. I'm like, really? That's what y'all are getting out of this?
I can see that.
Like, for real? Like, that's what y'all are getting out of this? Like, I'm trying to be the white savior. That's my role? Like, how about I'm just trying to be a human being, trying to bring us all together and have the biggest radio show in the city? How about that?
There's some people that you're just never going to be able to appease at the end of the day. Listen, Serch, we got to run, but we appreciate you. Is that a belly shirt that you got on?
Oh, yeah, man, of course,
Come on,
man. You know, I
favorite
got
movie
to
in the world,
represent
baby.
Nas. I got to represent Nas, and I got to represent DMX. May rest in peace.
That's your man. That's your man.
That's your man.
That's your man.
That's your man.
All right, we
Tell your
appreciate
man.
you coming
Control
on.
your man.
Where can everybody find you at? And online, what you doing real quick before we let you go?
So right now I'm building OG TikTok. It is a community teaching us how to make money, how to get a bag on TikTok. You can join me at Wave Cannon, or just follow me at MC Serch on the gram or EMCC SERCH on TikTok. It's you know what it is.
Hey, man, we thank you so much, man. And you always got a home here, man. And thank you for the stories, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, more late night love after the break.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love.
Welcome back, y'all.
Dr. Wanda, we've been going deep on interracial dating and are learning a lot tonight. Being intentional, also being aware.
Being aware and intentional. Those are two big things.
Do you think someone looking for love and partnership should open themselves up to the possibility of interracial dating?
Potentially. I don't think it's like it should be automatic. Again, if they've done their work, it's no different than any other approach to dating. Are they emotionally mature? Are they on your level? Do they see you? Are they being intentional? If they don't have those things, then we're not opening ourselves up just because. And I don't think interracial dating has that same level of depth to me.
Somebody says I'm woke. I've been there for the cause. I marched.
Ooh, say you woke and it's a complete turnoff. What? Don't even use those words.
I was there.
Show me.
I was with the I show you on Instagram. We meet marching for the George Floyd. I was there.
No, I don't. Okay, cool. cool. But you won't have to tell me. I'll be able to bear witness.
I got a picture with Farrakhan and Jesse Jackson.
You see, when you name dropping stuff all like that
what I'm
for me,
saying?
that's a clear red
I'm on
flag.
the Zoom meetings.
You on the Zoom meetings and you dropping all the names. It's just like, it's like stunned about what you do and the kind of car you drive and the work you do. That's the same vein, Don. It's the same vein.
That don't mean nothing?
No, it don't mean nothing. It make me, I'll tell you what it do. It make me raise my eyebrow.
I support the United Negro College Fund.
And I'm just like, check, please,
Wow.
if we are on a date.
No, okay. So you got to be very interesting, though. You talk about being very sensitive to the culture or to the culture of, I guess, minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may not be very sensitive to that.
Why? And yeah, if you're not sensitive to that, it's because it's not your lived experience. Like, I'll give an example. This may be, I know my best friend probably gonna be on me about this, but she and I, it was Pride Month. It was June. So she and I are at this Pride. It's like Pride in June, and we're at this like cute little hotel, and they're doing like this little like quiz, and they're asking all the questions, and we're in there with all of these like queer folks and people who are like trans and dressed, in their little attire, and we're doing the quizzes, and they asking all the questions, and me and her, two straight Black women, are like, "Ooh, girl, we got the answers. We got all the answers. How you got the answers, and you understand somebody's identity better than they understand their identity?"
So
that was our mindset. We thought that we understood their identity equally.
Because you're coming through with therapy.
You think
you're the psychologist.
Yeah, you're like,
I've
man,
got the
I know
schooling.
this. I've been to school. I'm answering the question. I'm like, oh, I know exactly who that is. I know exactly who that is. And then they get ready to announce the answers, and we are like, we won first place, hands down. No.
You got everything wrong?
We didn't get everything wrong. We got like 50 to 60% wrong. But the mindset is like, I know this better than you. And that's part of the problem. How can I know your world? And we have that sense of arrogance, that sense of like, I get it.
This is a very mindful thing that I'm learning right now, of being mindful of spaces that you may think you know. And be very.
There you go, Don.
Be very.
There you go.
Be very aware of how you present yourself in these spaces, so that you don't trigger, and that you be very respectful.
And yes, I would say that. And this is not your identity, so how dare you assume you know equally as much?
Well, can I
or more?
Can I at some point become the identity?
No.
Never?
Absolutely not.
Not even? I can't read enough
You can
books?
immerse yourself, but you would never be able to live this experience like someone who's a part of this experience.
That's sad.
And I think that's a big piece of the humble pie.
That's like me eating sushi, but I'll never be able to understand Japanese
It's like me
culture.
hanging out with men all the time and being like, man, I understand men experience. I could be a man. I know it. They ain't got to school me. I know what it is like to be a man. I've been around men. I got 7 brothers, which I do have 7 brothers. I have 7 brothers. Can't nobody tell me how to be. I know what it's like to be a man. That's arrogant. You can be in proximity and still not be aware. Right. Don't mistake being in proximity to actually understanding. Just because I'm aware and I'm with you, don't mean I truly understand. And I think that's a big piece.
I think that's one of the key moments from tonight's show is being aware.
Being aware.
Being aware, yeah.
Proximity don't make you understand.
I like that. All right, Keisha Pert is being loved well and wants the same for others, ladies. Listen up for this.
It honestly makes me laugh every time I see comments like this because, yes, I have a white husband. As someone who's chosen to document their life on social media, document their dating journey specifically, since the end of 2020, I get comments like this all the time. I knew he was white. I knew you were dating a white man, blah, 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 blah. And what I have to say to this is, why are we not happy for women when they find love, regardless of the race? Whether it's Black, white, Asian, Indian, Spanish, purple, blue, yellow, orange, why are we not just celebrating the fact that a woman has found her partner and her best friend and her love? Why do we care? Love is love. Go where you were loved and appreciated. In case you didn't know, the lowest divorce rate is between a Black woman and a white man. I'm going to repeat it again. The lowest divorce rate is between a Black woman and a white man. You can look it up. This is a very real thing. You know who Anwar is on here? He's a dating coach for Black and brown women. And as someone who does dating content, I love him. He's amazing. I love him. He's amazing. Loved and respected. And sadly, sometimes it is not where we think it's going to be. I am the kind of person that celebrates love regardless. I don't care who you're dating, like what race, as long as you're being treated properly, as long as you're being loved properly, as long as you're being fulfilled in a relationship, as long as you were genuinely happy, as long as you were not settling, it does not matter. I could care less. Go where you were happy, go where you were loved, regardless of race, religion, all of that. Also, be open to these things, because sometimes when you are open to dating outside of all of the above, you might just find what you're looking for. Anyways, I'll be over here with my white king who literally treats me like a freaking goddess.
So Anwar is...
I think that sounds good in theory.
Yeah. Well, Anwar's a black gay dating coach, which is... who preaches to black women about finding their man, which is I always thought was very interesting.
I'm really not moved. I'm having a reaction to, like, I understand the sentiment of what she's saying, but she's like, why can't we just be happy for women when they find love? And I would say if we lived in a post-racial society, which you mentioned earlier, then we probably could, but that's not real life. No, we still live in a racialized society, so people are going to have questions about that.
Well, there's that. And I think some people and maybe some men have a thought of he's not going to be able to treat you like a black man will be able to treat you. Treat you good like a black man can treat you. Like there's a nuance to the black experience of growing up black, how it is to live black that he may not get. And I think that there's that people are saying they're not going to get it. Now, he may make you feel good. He may treat you like a princess or queen, and he may make, intimately it may be great, financially it may be great, but there's a shared experience that he may not be able to get.
I feel that. I feel you. And I think, like, I'm with you on that. There's, like, all this, to me, the energy behind it is like, why can't we just? And I'm like, you know why, girl. You know exactly why. We are not post-racial. We are not that evolved that we can't see people and be like, oh my God, are they black and black? Are they white and white? Are they Hispanic? We're not that. Yeah. So you can stop having these reactions. I get it, but I would say we got to really orient ourselves to the reality of where we are. People are going to have those reactions.
Yeah, and this is what it is. Do I got time for the comment or no? All right. So from the comment section, Dynasty says, I have also noticed that when black women end up with white men, it tends to be later in life. So black men can't complain about losing a good one because they were always there.
Girl, you tried.
All right, more late night love when we come back.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
We ain't back.
All right, listen, we're back for more late night love. Dr. Wanda, what's the difference between being open to or exclusively open to dating interracially? Why do people get upset about preferences toward dating only one race?
Why do people get upset? I think because it has real life implications. I think that
I think it does.
Where we live in the world right now, we're not. Again, I can only say we're not post-racial. And so because we're not post-racial, who you marry and what you do has strong implications.
But in order to get post-racial, shouldn't we be dating interracial? I mean, shouldn't that be a thing? If we want society to be in this idealistic, Berkeley-esque...
So you saying idealistic is what?
This melting pot of blended races and cultures
Why
mixed
do we have
together.
to blend?
Don't you think that different races and cultures mixing together adds to the benefit of one another?
Could, but that's not idealistic. I don't think that idealistic is any. I think blending is just another variation of the. I call them the flavors of ice cream. You have chocolate, you got vanilla, you got caramel, you got mocha. Then you can mix mint chocolate.
A little caramel in there and a mint
the
chocolate
ideal,
chip.
what I'm hearing you say is ideal is like mint chocolate when we mix these two. And I'm saying chocolate can stand on its own. It can stand 10 toes down. Vanilla can stand 10 toes down. Mint chocolate not bad either. Mix is cool. It has its place. But we don't have to mix for it to be ideal.
Okay. All right. In America, though, no.
Yeah, no.
No, we don't want.
Some people want their mocha. They want mocha. They want their mocha. Some people want their vanilla. I'm not mad at those people. And some people want to mix, and that's okay.
All right. Listen, this might be controversial, a very controversial opinion, but let's discuss. Take a beat to listen to this share from Venus Ferrucci.
So I was having a random conversation with this guy at a bar, right? And he's black, real down-to-earth guy, you know what I mean? And we're having a conversation, and he was talking about, we were talking about race, and he says, unfortunately, there are black people that see being with a white partner as a badge of honor. And then he was just like, I'm not even gonna lie, a lot of black men do see having a white woman as a badge of honor. And I just want to know, riddle me this. How can the descendants of a group of people that enslaved your ancestors be a badge of honor? How? Okay, you see what I'm saying? And secondly, I just want to say this. If y'all gonna choose to date outside y'all race, I hope that it's for real, because ain't nothing wrong with stepping outside of your culture and your race because you found love. That is beautiful. But there are people that really be out here choosing for the sake of, they not free. They're not free. Because of all the people that's available in the world in which you can choose for the sake of love, you're choosing for the sake of superficiality. You're choosing for the sake of having a badge of honor. These people are not well. They are not well. I'm just letting y'all know, yes, there are interracial couples where it's truly love, but unfortunately, there's a lot of them where they're not choosing partners from another race for the sake of love. They're choosing because they need a badge of honor.
Badge of honor. Dating outside of your race is a badge of honor.
I psychologically understand where that comes from. You ever seen Life?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Martin Lawrence and...
Okay, so y'all seen Life. Y'all remember that scene? They later in their years, they've been in prison for a minute. And is it Ray? And he's like, white only pies. White only pies. Them white only pies been kept for you all your life. What do you do when you want? What do you think of that white only pie? You think it is it. I gotta have it. I want it. It's been kept for me for so long. It's gotta be the creme de la creme. That's what happens.
But it's just a regular pie.
Yeah, but you don't know that until you taste that pie. You see when he tastes that pie, and then like the next scene, he like, that pie wasn't even all that good. But in your mind, you have made that the thing. And that's what happens when it's like, oh, this is the badge of honor because you've kept this thing for me for so long. Or not even kept it. In this particular instance, I think you've idealized. You have put it on a pedestal. You have made... white women, the ending and beginning of all things, I want it. That's how that happens.
Bria shares her story of picking the love that loved her back.
I'm not one of those black people that have ever centered whiteness. Like, I've never even thought, oh, I want to be lighter skinned, or, oh, I wish I was white. Like, that has never come out of my mouth. That's never, like, even crossed my mind. Like, I love being black. I love being an Afro-Latina woman. I love my culture. I love all of the different ethnicities that run through my veins. However, I just happened to find a gorgeous white man that wanted to love me and make my life easy, and so I married him. Does that mean that I don't care about blackness and black culture and the betterment of black people in society, and that I don't see, acknowledge, and hate social injustice and the inequalities that black people face in America and systemic oppression? Obviously, I hate all of those things. But I do think that sometimes people just happen to find someone that wanted to love them, make their life easier, and they just appreciated them the first time, and then they just went on a date and stayed together after that. Now, I will admit that socially, a lot of black people definitely were like upset or up in arms or just like couldn't believe it and were like really, really disgusted with my decision. And so like the first few months of our relationship were really, really private because like I wasn't ready to go through that publicly as I was going through it privately in my own life. And so I've definitely seen on social media that a lot of black women receive a lot of hate for dating outside of their race. But I think that we should acknowledge that a lot of black women did try to date within our race. And it just simply didn't work. And that's fine. And that's no shade to black men. It just didn't work at the time in which we were trying to go forward with that.
You know, the question I have here is, why doesn't it work with the black man? And because I'm happy that you find love wherever you find love. And I'm happy that she found love there. But why didn't it work?
I think there's a lot of reasons why it don't work. Like, think of any woman you've ever dated. How many women, like, you strike me, you're a handsome fella, Don. You strike me as a man who's dated many women, right?
Yes.
That would be like asking me, why didn't it work with those women? You've dated a lot of women, right?
I have. I think the one common denominator with a lot of the women is that there are levels of emotional trauma that have not been addressed with maybe myself and then definitely with a lot of the women.
I think the same thing applies. I think it could be that. I think the same thing applies, and then you meet someone, depending on where she lives. She said she was Afro-Caribbean.
Afro-Latino.
Latino, which I would say Afro-Caribbean. So she may be, I'm guessing, maybe Florida, where they hang out. My best friend is Afro-Latina, and so I'm like, the chances are higher that you may have been populated in a place where you meet more people who have less of that trauma. Because trauma, I'm not saying it's exclusively Black American, but it is a Black American experience. The prevalence of trauma in Black American experience is higher. So if we're talking about trauma being one of the reasons why.
I think that's another key point to the conversation of why maybe interracial dating might be working, is that there may be less trauma involved and that they may be finding happiness because there's less trauma there.
People doing more work. People going to therapy, perhaps.
Do you need more late night love? Then come back right after this.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
All right, welcome back to Late Night Love. We got to go to our chat. Dynasty.
What you got, Dynasty?
Dynasty is here in the chat, says, true. We have consistently seen famous black men trade up to white women once they become successful. Some do it to be accepted, but others, it feels like it's their way of saying, I've made it.
It's their badge of honor. Is that not true, Don?
I know that's the thing to say when it comes to black men.
Is that true?
Well, we see that with a lot of athletes. We see a lot of athletes get with a lot of white women, they meet them in college, and then they end up marrying them. That is a thing.
How many athletes? Okay, that's some exceptions, but I'm gonna let you go with this. Go ahead.
I think there is a different level of energy when it comes to white women and black men.
What is it?
I just think there's just a different level of energy. I think there's a different level of softness and femininity when it comes to, there's a different energy level. There's a different personality there compared to.
How would you characterize that?
I think if you were to ask a black man.
A black man athlete, black man celebrity,
just a black man. You would ask a black man who dates a white woman, right? What's the difference between the white woman and the black woman? Is that sometimes it can feel like an adversarial role, like we're adversaries instead of partners.
Black men feel like black women are sometimes adversaries. And they feel white women are what?
There's not so much of a fight.
Okay, what is it?
It's more of a partnership, or more of it. The relationship is a lot more easier.
You would say partnership?
I would say partnership. I would say maybe a little bit more.
Partnership as in like equal.
Maybe a little bit more submissive.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe a little bit more. I can be the leader.
So I can take more of a dominant role.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm
just trying to characterize it.
Yeah,
for the people.
I don't know what's right or wrong about the situation. I'm just saying I think this is how
one feels more like my peer, and one feels like more I can dominate.
No, one feels like there's a fight, but I also feel like black men don't really understand how to love black women the way they need to be loved. I think that there's a level of emotional trauma that you have to love a black woman through and have patience with. And
do you think black men want to participate in dominance of black women, or do you think they want to?
I think black men have a natural role of trying to lead a relationship, and I think that sometimes there's a fight over that with the relationship. I think black women are becoming educated, and sometimes black women feel like it's taking a back seat in the relationship a little bit. And so there's this kind of struggle of like, I can lead the relationship, or why,
So you think that? So you think that sometimes black women in their education struggle to want to lead, and that's why black men choose white women, because they don't want to lead. They want to be submissive.
Yeah.
And you think that brings out the best version of black men?
I don't know if it brings out the best version. I think it's a comfort level in the relationship.
Comfort.
I think it's a comfort level in the relationship. I think that it allows them to feel strong in the relationship. I think that when a woman kind of submits to the man, it kind of makes him feel strong and like a man. And instead of the adversarial, like we're kind of fighting for leadership roles in the relationship, I don't want to fight my woman. I want to kind of lead my woman.
I think that's one version of it. I tend to believe that men who are more dominant, at least for me, respect other dominant, assertive women. And it's not a fight. Like, it's a yield. I yield, like Wakanda. When you're on Black Panther, the first, they like, who wants the throne? I'm going to come for the throne. We fighting for the throne. I'm going to tap out. I'm going to yield. And then the next time you tap out and yield. And that doesn't feel adversarial. That feels like peers. Like,
I listen, if you do something better than me, have at it. Because I'm about the end result at the end of the day.
But what you saying though is
I said some black men.
Okay.
I'm not saying me. I'm talking about me personally.
Okay.
If you better with money, here you go. Here's all the money.
Okay,
Knock
so you're
yourself
talking
out.
generally speaking.
Yes.
Some of them. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
some of
fair.
them. You know, I'm a whole thing to where I'm like.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm just wondering, like, I'm all, and this is the psychologist in me, y'all. I feel like we should all be evolving to be our better versions of ourselves. So do you think it's in your best interest to be with someone, and this is generally speaking, that's going to placate towards your ego and make you feel like you're the greatest, or do you feel like it would be in your best interest? Take race out of it.
Okay.
Take race out of it. Do you feel like you would want to be with a woman who is going to respect you, love you, cherish you, know that you're better at some things and yield to that, and then know that she's better at some things and allow you to yield to that, and that be like make you be a better version? Or do you think it would be better to be with a woman who's going to pretend and make you think that you are killing it 10 toes down and everything, and then you end up being mediocre?
All of the above. Let me ask you a question. You know you're beautiful, right?
Thank you.
Right, but you want me to tell you that you're beautiful on a consistent basis, right?
Potentially.
You're right. So why do I got to keep telling you if you know that you're beautiful?
Okay.
Because you want to hear it. You like to hear it.
Okay.
You want me to stroke the ego.
Okay.
And that's my job.
So you're saying men want their ego stroked much like women want their ego stroked.
Right.
Okay, but
We
then
all
how
want
much
that.
stroking?
The same amount as you want.
This is good, y'all. I appreciate Don for bringing this. He's like, okay, you want to be beautiful. You want to be said you're beautiful. I want to be said
You know
that
how it
I'm
makes
strong.
you feel good? It makes you
It
feel
does. But then how much of it is? This is where I get frustrated.
Okay.
How much of it? I believe in that. You are handsome. You look good, babe. You killed it. Oh my God, girl, you
Hype
cute.
me up.
I'm gonna hype you. Doug was hype. He was on his hype you up for the beginning of the segment.
Flip a T.
Okay, but how much of it is delusional? Like I am like complete. I'm hyping you up, but I'm telling you, you are perfect. You are a king. You are amazing.
I think this is where.
Where's the balance?
Well, it's not like wake me up and like gas me.
That's what I'm hearing.
There's a difference. There's a difference between gassing me up to where you like going around like lying to my face every second of the day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like you got to be intentional with the compliments and not overly doing it.
But I'm saying like to me, I hear that, I respect that, I love that. But when we talk about interracial and we think about some of the controversial viewpoints of black men sometimes choosing white women, which you don't really hear this from black women choosing white men. You don't hear black women choosing white men because they make them feel like they less than or they got to be submissive. Listen to the commentary. You see a lot of black women choose white men because they just see them and they hype them up and they love them. But when you hear this conversation around black women and white women, black men and white women, you hear it's more of, oh, they make me feel good. They are submissive. They kind of cater to my ego. So to me, that feels off balance.
Yeah, I don't think black men really understand how to love black women. I really don't think that we really take the time to really understand you as a woman, everything you're going through, and see life through your eyes.
So you think they take the easy way out?
Yeah. I'll say it's a cop-out. I say that it's a lot of hard work dating a black woman, and sometimes some people throw in the towel.
Hard work. Okay, so let me ask you.
I've never given up.
I don't want to be biased, y'all. I'm not trying to put words in Don's mouth. Do you think it's hard work, or do you think that black women challenge men to be better versions of themselves?
I think there's a piece of that.
Okay.
I absolutely believe there's a piece of that, and I think sometimes there's insecurity inside black men to where they can't. They don't
want to meet the moment,
or they can't meet the moment, or sometimes it feels like you're challenging too much. Let me catch my breath for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like you challenge me. You can only challenge me so much. Otherwise, it feels like now you're nitpicking.
Then that's when you figure like it's antagonistic.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
So
okay.
it's
it's
just
not balanced in terms of like stroking, like hyping you up and challenging you.
Yeah, it's like I don't think any man is against being challenged, but like when it feels like you're attacking me on a consistent basis because everything I'm doing is wrong.
Then I want someone who doesn't attack me at all.
It's like like challenge me, but don't challenge everything about me.
Okay. Don't attack me. I get it.
You know, don't attack me. Challenge me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But don't nitpick everything about me over time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, choose your battles wisely, or choose your wording. You know,
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Or use, inspire with the challenge.
That's something I talk to my clients about all the time. Like, you catch more bees with honey, I say.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm not mad at that.
All right, more late night love when we come forward.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College, first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. What's special about finding love, interracial or otherwise, Dr. Hill?
Oh, I'm a love girl, y'all. Like, I just believe in 90s R&B, crying outside the window, I love you, vulnerability, love. So what's special about finding love is like being seen, being cared for, but then loving somebody, giving your all to somebody. Like, I believe that we want to love on other people.
Right.
As a Black woman, I can say we want to love on. We have so much love to give. So what's special about it is being seen and being loved on, but being able to give that love right back to somebody else.
How gratifying is it to
It's so
to
amazing.
have a romantic
It's
partnership?
unmatched, done. Like, I don't think there's another feeling that matches that. There's not another feeling that matches that.
Getting lost in love.
Getting lost in love. It's like, oh, what he want? I'm finna fix him some food. That is so amazing and incredible. And so I think beyond whatever it looks like, whatever package it comes in, that is so gratifying.
Season in Love. Check out this share from The Only Saturday.
I be forgetting that I'm in an interracial relationship. Cause like my man white, but he's seasoned white, like white with paprika and a little bit of salt. So my man made a door out of some boards. And he decided that he was gonna put some wheels on the door and make a door skateboard. I'm just seeing him, ride by with the little door board, and I'm like, I really outdid myself. I really go with a white man. Like my man is really out here doing some hillbilly honky tonk, and I'm just sitting up there like, yeah, that's mine. And I'ma stick beside him. Help.
Let me tell you something.
that.
That's how you know that he grew up in the projects or something like that. I don't have the actual board, but I got a piece of wood.
Listen,
and
I'm gonna
these
make
two
it work.
trucks, and some screws, and I'm gonna make it work.
And he's so enamored by her. He's so enamored with her that he's like, that's what he's thinking about. Did you see her FaceTime? She was just like, oh.
I was too.
She was like, she's in love. I love that for her. Shout out to her.
I was too focused on the bonnet. I'm a hater.
But that's a TikTok thing.
I'm a hater of the
I want
bonnet.
all of them to get out of those bonnets, but that's what they do.
What is it with the bonnet? I have no
They
idea.
just casual. I just think that it's a trend. Everybody in bonnets and in their car. I'm mad that they in their car. You mad they in their bonnet. Why are y'all in the car?
But the bonnet, like I'll never understand that the bonnet is for sleeping, but yet for some reason it's turned into a fashion statement.
The bonnet is not always for sleeping, because I will say, even in my home, until I'm getting ready to see my clients virtually, I have my bonnet on. I'm just not gonna get on camera with my bonnet.
It's just to protect the hair.
No, yeah, it protects your hair, so it's functional. It's functional.
All right. Okay, all right. Well, I'll let it be. Do you know about the black wife effect? Now,
I can't wait to talk about this.
I've heard about this. It's some real
undeniable.
Proof. All right, yeah, here's some real proof of it.
All right, I'm back from the gym. Black wife effect. Let's see it. Oh, if that's your lawyer, you were going to the penitentiary. Okay, this is after. Hold on. Hold on. Listen, y'all's got to forgive me. I ain't never seen a transracial before. That is not no white man. Oh, black women got that magic. She done turned that man Puerto Rican. Cuban. But y'all look good. Bride, you looked beautiful on your wedding day. The wedding was gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? He's embracing the baldy. The beard's growing in nice and thick. Eating that black. I've been eating black for over a decade. I know. There's some extra nutrients in there. But y'all might need to do that Ancestry or that 23andMe, because I'm not so sure that's a white man. Are you positive that's a white man?
White man.
I love these trends. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I want to do a little therapizing right here for a second. On a deep subconscious level, that is a black woman's influence on a white man.
That's a black woman's influence.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. Is it not her recreating a black man with this white man?
I don't think she's recreating, but I
Subconsciously.
think she's giving him some flavor
Right.
that she wants.
But is that not... See, that's the black man's natural state, is flavor.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
That's fair.
So does she
That's
not...
fair.
But is she
She
not...
wants some flavor.
Is she... Right, so she's yearning
For some
her,
flavor.
her natural partner.
Natural is a big word. She wants the core, what's the core ingredients? Like when you making a gumbo, what's the core of that, right? You got rice, but how do you make your roux? Your roux is your flavor. So she wants love. She wants care. She wants attention. She wants compatibility. She wants reciprocity. She wants respect. But give me a little spice. Spice me. You got to turn up this little. I need you to get you a little fade. I need you to put a little chain on. You know, have a little swag. So I don't know if it's recreating.
I'm telling you, she wants a subconsciously. She wants a black man.
She wants some flavor. Subconsciously, she wants some flavor.
She wants a black man.
Flavor is not always black. Flavor is just flavor. Hispanics are flavorful. Indians are flavorful.
Well, if there was a big belt buckle and a cowboy hat and some cowboy boots and Tejano music playing, I can understand that. Yes, you're absolutely right. But that is black flavor right there.
She wants some seasoning.
That is soul food.
Yeah, she wants, and I like that. That means she loves herself. She wants to see her flavor. Yeah. That's fair. She wants her flavor.
She wants her flavor.
She wants her flavor.
But I do want to say that, black women do have an effect.
Y'all have not seen this whole... I've never seen one not... But, okay, let me say this. I've never seen this black effect.
He looked like his name was John.
But I was going to say, it seemed like they be having a little bit of sauce with it, though.
Yeah.
They be already having a little bit of level with it. You know, it's not like complete bland and then it goes to sauce. It's like mild to spicy. That's what I see.
I just want to see him sitting on a 22s with a candy paint Cadillac, you know what I'm saying?
22s is another level. We're not going to see.
Mike Jones.
If she doing 22, she might as well go to the hood.
Some spinners on there, you know what I'm saying? Calling it. What I'd like to see is the black effect with different races, like Filipino black effect,
you ain't gotta do that with Filipino.
or Mexican black effect.
You ain't got to do that with Mexican. Because they already got their own flavor. Don? Like, Mexican, I am yielding. If I date any man that's Mexican or Filipino, I am not yielding to their culture, but I'm embracing their culture. They have their level of spice.
Japanese, then. How about the Japanese?
Japanese may need some influence.
Although they got Chicano Japanese
They
now.
may need some influence. One of my favorite clients is Japanese and Black. They have their own influence, but they need some.
Yeah, Chinese then, maybe Chinese.
Yeah.
I think Chinese.
Historic cultures that are a little bit more mellow. They need some influence.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay. All right. Well, listen. I do want to say Black women is.
Are we not magic done?
When this is the source of why we love you so much, there's nothing
Do
more.
you love us, Don?
We love you.
Do y'all love us?
There is nothing more powerful than the energy that comes from a Black woman loving you.
Why don't we always feel it?
Because we don't know how to love you.
Why won't y'all get help?
I'm listen.
Not you. I want you to. Your
I'll
people.
sign up for whatever class you want me to.
Speak for your people. If y'all love us so much, why won't y'all get the help that y'all need?
Well, there are some out there who don't really understand that first they need to fix themselves. I think that's a process. I think there are those who don't really understand that that they have problems. So that's the first thing.
You think Black men don't do the work?
Well, I think that they don't know that they need to do work. Like, I don't think that they know that. I think that a lot of Black men have attention deficit issues that are going on. I think that a lot of them have been misdiagnosed or have not been diagnosed with issues that should have been diagnosed in their childhood, and that they're carrying these things on into their adulthood, and that they don't really know that there are things wrong with them. They are just existing and going through life, and so they're just managing life the way they're going through, and some are figuring out, let me go try to get some help, but some are just...
So then after you lose enough Black women, though, why is it that enough to at least question?
Well, that's their fault. That's your fault. It's everybody else's fault.
Oh, they start blaming.
Well, listen, I did my own... There was a point in time in my life where I said, I am going to stop blaming everybody else and take responsibility. I'm going to... Because I used to do that when early 20s.
It's their fault. It's her fault.
It's their fault. I didn't do that. I didn't do this because I didn't want to be blamed. And I said, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to take ownership of everything. And it was uncomfortable for a while. But that was the first step of a long process of growing up and maturing. But it was the first step.
So usually it feels like it's going to take them a while to get there and mature.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll catch you on when we're 50.
See? And then at that point, we already gone, done.
I know.
We gone at that
got your
point.
flavorful white guy.
That we've had the effect on. Because who waiting that long? That's the problem. They be want to wait too long, Don.
But we gonna catch up, though.
Okay. Hopefully it's not too late.
Remember, we Black men, we age backwards.
That is fair.
All right.
That is fair.
It's almost that time. The last clip of the night is on the way. More Late Night Love after the break.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love, you're mine.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. Dr. Hill, can we recap what we learned from tonight's conversation?
I think tonight was a reiteration of kind of what I know, in that I think that Black women love hard and we love ferociously, and we would love to love our men, and we just want our men to be able to meet us there in that. And when they can't, we move outside of our race.
Yeah, I think a couple takeaways are, if you are going to date interracially, intentionally learn the what it means to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have
that
to
culture.
be understanding and respectful of entering another person's culture.
There you go.
And don't really think you know it all.
100%.
Respectful is the main key. Also, understand why people may date outside their race, is that there may be less trauma with that person of another race, and you know, you
I agree with that.
You know, which is it's very sad.
I agree with that.
I mean, you know, the echoes of slavery are still echoing throughout.
They're loud and resounding.
And it's very sad that you know, we are slowly healing ourselves as a country, as a community, but it is very slow.
It's very slow. I tell everybody all the time, my clients, we're at ground zero. Don't think for a second we're not. We're at ground zero. We are just learning the fundamentals.
And it's, and you know, but I see more and more people doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes there is a bad side effect of like becoming too woke. Well, there's a point of like going to so much therapy that you just like, I can't identify with anybody now.
I never believe in that, y'all. I never believe that there's never a such thing as too much therapy.
Well, no, you start
At
seeing
all.
like, oh my God, this person is this, and then you're like, oh, that's a narcissist, that, and
Let me be clear. Those people who are doing that are not the people in therapy. Those are the people on the internet.
they're on the internet. Oh, you're a.
Those are the people on the internet who are not in therapy.
They're like, oh,
That's the reality of
You're
it.
a covert narcissist. Oh my
See,
God.
that's the irony of it all. Don't listen to Don, y'all. The people who are not in therapy are the ones doing that. The people who are in therapy are just like waiting on the rest of the world to heal.
Yeah, I am. Listen, I am. The one thing I have, I'll never give up on Black women. I love Black women to my core.
Do you
And
love us, Don?
I've dated 99% of the women that I've dated.
Okay, you love us hard.
Absolutely. All 99% of the women I've dated have been Black.
Okay, what advice do you have for Black men trying to love Black women better?
Learn how to love the woman that you are with.
Because every woman's different.
Because every woman is different. You need to learn her and not just understand that she's a caricature. Like
it's not a one size fit all.
It is not one size fits all. She is a person. She is a human being with her own thoughts, points of view,
Thank you,
her
Don.
own character.
I love that.
And you need to take the time to really understand that.
And what's the benefits when you do that? What's the benefits of loving a Black woman?
I think once you can really learn her the way you need to learn her and love her, I think the guard may fall down. You know, and she may be a very loyal, loving person back to you. And
Look at that, y'all. I co-sign.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. B. Nicole and her boo Tim share their sweet origin story. Watch this.
So the people want to know how we met. So me and Tim going to tell y'all how we met. So I got on this dating app called Bumble, you know, because I heard all the fine rich men was over there, girl. So I went over there. And the thing about Bumble is like the woman has to like approach the man first, like, you know.
As it should be.
As it should be. I saw him, he was cute, he was catfishing because he had this black and white picture up there. Catfishing. But I was like, oh, he cute or whatever, so, you know, I swiped up. What was your side of the story?
My side of the story is I saw that you swiped on me and liked me and said, hey, and I said, this is a scam because there ain't no way this woman who this pretty is going to be swiping on me. Someone was a little accident. She
sprinkle.
She false. She had an episode where she twinged.
Shut up.
And went left instead of right, or right instead of left.
That's what happened. So we talked to each other every single day for like a month. I didn't see him for a whole month. He traveled all around. He do too much. Finally saw him. We're together like officially for 2 months. And on the third month, he asked me to marry a girl. And he been stuck ever since. And now he just tore up. Look at him.
I gained 75 pounds.
He's so up.
I don't know. I'm not doubting that they're in love. The question is that what's the motivation for the relationship with her? Security?
What's the motivation for the relationship with him?
Oh, a young tenderoni who's beautiful.
Okay, see, y'all see Don's bias, though? You see how Don led with what's her motivation with him?
Oh, there's
He's older. Can we start with him?
Okay.
He's older. Let's start with him.
He's older.
Okay.
Young tenderoni obviously wants to make him feel young.
Okay. He wants some young youthfulness.
Yeah, absolutely.
She wants some security.
Yeah.
She wants someone potentially who is like, can take care of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably are meeting each other's needs.
Yeah. Is that good or bad?
It works for them. I wouldn't classify it as good or bad. I feel like it's probably temporary.
Oh, but they're married. I mean, I guess he is going to die quicker. She is going to outlive
Why
him.
would you? He don't even look that old, Don.
I don't know. I mean,
He does not look that old. He's probably in his 50s.
I'm happy for them and that they're happy. I just don't know about the longevity of the
I just don't know if
relationship.
that's a typical relationship, right? She looks significantly younger. He looks significantly older. So I don't know if that's the typical average of like what you see in interracial dating.
Yeah, because what happens is that the novelty of the newness kind of wears off.
That's fair.
There's an age
That's
gap
good,
in
yeah.
conversation, in points
Sex
of view,
drive.
sex drive. There's a lot of stuff
Cultural,
going on.
what we
Cultural.
want to do, what I like to do, what's fun for me, what's fun for you. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and so that can create problems in a relationship, or not, maybe. I mean, Hugh Hefner had 20 girlfriends that were.
We're not quoting Hugh Hefner. We're not using him as an example.
Ted Turner, who owns.
We're not using him either.
No?
Find another one. Come on, give me somebody.
Who was Anna Nicole Smith married to, that billionaire that they took that estate from? All right. All right. 2 minutes. We got it. Okay. Okay, we got to go to break? All right, more late night love. We'll go for it.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off
We are given the platform here with no fear.
always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
All right, we're gonna get to this last clip here. All right, it's definitely a black thing. Watch the biases break down family.
So when you and I first got together, there was one thing that really perplexed me.
Okay.
It was far more perplexing than almost anything else. And I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Okay, I'm listening.
You had 63,275 aunties and 468 million uncles. And I could not figure it out.
This is true.
I was scratching my head like, There is no way Brittany's mother has this many sisters and Brittany has all these aunties. So y'all remember after a few dates we had, I think I asked you, I was like, babe, are all these people that you call auntie and uncle, are they like actually blood related to you? And you just cracked up laughing.
Because that's, in that moment, I knew that that was a Black thing.
That is a Black thing.
That was a Black thing. I didn't know, because I'm used to, listen, in the Black community, if we love you and you love us, we just make you family. You become auntie. You become uncle. If you're best friends with my parents, your kids are my cousins. I mean, that's just how the maths.
Yeah.
That's how it works out.
But
we become
in
cousins. And
white world, in the land of caucus, we call the people who are sisters to our parents, brothers to our parents, auntie and uncle.
No. Y'all don't say auntie.
Oh, you're right. We say aunt or aunt.
Aunt.
Yeah, it depends on where you're from.
Yes.
It depends on where you're from. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's only reserved for the people who are blood related to us.
I know, but isn't it like...
It's wonderful what you do.
Isn't it beautiful to like...
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Make people your family that are not necessarily your family. You just build
so.
your own community and your own village. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, you're my neighbor, but you always look out.
Yeah.
So now you're cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some are cousins through blood and some are cousins through love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I feel like he got a Nike swoosh sign on the back of his head.
I didn't miss the Nike
All right.
swoosh.
Tonight's conversation was a good time. Thank you, Dr. Hill,
It
for
was a
holding it
great
down with me.
time.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
You did an amazing job.
All right. Thanks to MC Serch and all of you for staying with.
Welcome to Fox Soul's The Listening Lounge, where you come to find your favorite new audiobooks that will leave you inspired and wanting more. I'm your host, Derica Abraham. This week, we're showcasing Elliot Connie and Adam Frower's Change Your Questions, Change Your Future, a practical and hopeful guide that teaches readers how